Hoi Hoi and welcome to Dragon Age Inquisition. I recently started playing this game and I really like it, so I decided to make a slow play of it in terms of this game probably has a lot of stuff to read and I want to improve my English skills, so it makes sense to read that stuff. So I might take a long time to complete this game. So bear with me if you're interested in the reading stuff. Okay, so we can decide on first on which race we want to do. I'm probably going human. The other classes doesn't really interest me. So I tried human and elf, and what I don't like about elves is that they have tattoos in their face. I don't really like tattoos, and you can't remove them. So not going to play them. Dwarves, they have a 20%, so they cannot be mages, but they receive less magic damage, which is interesting. Humans would start with a bonus ability point. The Kinari are a race of horned giants who follow a strict religion text known as the Kun. I have no idea how to pronounce that, I will just butcher it. Those who have abandoned its principles are known as Tal, Washot, and often work as mercenaries. Kunari characters get a bonus 10% physical damage resistance. 10% physical damage resistance, that means they have range defense like the elves, and they have melee defense, which is interesting, while the elves only have range defense. But I think I like the bonus ability point the most. One thing I actually already know, I figured out, is that the Kunari have their own set of equipment, armor, so they can't use armor the other characters can use, and vice versa. So I'm not really sure whether this is good or not. So I don't know whether the equipment is better or it's just some limit they gave, so it's just some variety, so they have different armor. Dwarves are short, stocky, and most spend their entire life underground. Those exiled to the surface are often merchants or smugglers. Because Dwarven have no connections to the fate, they cannot be mages, but receives a 25% bonus to magic defense. Magic seems to be very strong. If you're not careful, you can get easily one-shot by an enemy mage. But yeah, I still like the bonus ability point more. Elves are historical oppressed people, distinguished by their leaf frames and pointed ears, though most survive in the poorest fringes of human cities. Others live as nomads known as the Dalish. Elves receive a bonus 25% to range defense. I think that only applies to archery. So magic, of course, is also ranged, but I don't think this is meant with a ranged defense or ranged damage. So an elf is probably an archer, a good archer that's good against other archers. So a dwarven ranger would be good against mages. A dwarven elf. Now, elf ranger would be good against other rangers. So, humans are the most numerous and powerful race in Tidas. They are also the most divided political and seem to thirst for conflict. Human characters receive a bonus ability point at the start of the game. I don't know how important this one bonus point is. It depends on how you spend them, of course. But I don't know how many ability points you gain throughout the game. So I don't know how much it is. Usually a bonus, so a passive bonus like this would be better. But I still want the ability point. So I'm going for a male character. Okay, so we start off with 5 different classes. So it's just technically to say, so there are 3 classes, but the Rook and the Warrior have 2 different starting play styles. Rooks are fighters who rely on speed and agility rather than heavy armor, using skills and an advantageous position on the battlefield to deal incredible damage. They may get up close and personal with daggers or strike competitions with arrows. So both are the Rook, both is the same. Yeah, so I like dual wielding. So one thing I saw, so the one problem I saw with classes is that you can't switch between like archery or dual wield, so between archery and melee while in combat. So I don't know whether this is possible, but it seems like that you have to re-equip that. So you can't really go on both of them, you have to choose one. But maybe they have passives that can benefit each other. I haven't looked too much into the skill tree. Anyway, so Warrior. Warriors are frontline combatants, able to withstand incredible punishment and heavy armor. They are proficient in the use of two-handed weapons like mauls and greatswords, but may combine a smaller weapon with a shield for added defense. So the Rook is obviously the damage dealer, and the Warrior is more tank-like. So you can either be a full tank, probably, I assume, so you can either be a full tank with a weapon and a shield, or you can be a damage dealer off tank with a two-handed weapon. Yeah, and then we have the Mage. Mages channel magical power into spells capable of a wide range of effects, from debilitating opponents, protecting allies, or unleashing devastating elemental energy. Those who wield magic are widely feared for their ability, and the rebellion against Chantry control has left the land in chaos. So mages are like the Jill of all trades. They have a variety of supporting and damaging skills, but of course they are frail. However, you have some abilities like shields and so on to counter your frailty. So normally, I'm of course, as a fox, I would usually go for a mage, but I don't really like how the mage is built up in this game, or in the Dragon Age franchise overall. They are a bit too complicated. They're more complicated than they should be. And it's usually better to have a mage as the AI, just because the AI can handle more things. The AI of course can look more stuff than a human could do. So Mage is probably better as for the AI, so I'm not going Mage. So that means Rook or Warrior. I played the Rook, so I played both. I played all of the 3 classes, tested them out. The Rook seems fun, seems cool. So the Archer just deals a lot of damage from afar, and the Rook has a bit more So the Rook has some interest. So the melee one has interesting skills to control the battlefield. the ranger just seems to deal a lot of damage from afar. So the warrior. I'm going to take the warrior, and I'm going the two-handed warrior. What I hope, so I've played another Dragon Age, I played Dragon Age Origins, and if I remember correctly, you can have subclasses later. So I'm not sure. I hope there is either a spell sword subclass or a dual wielding subclass for the warrior. That is what I'm hoping for, and I will start with the 200 warrior. Okay, so difficulty. I will just go normal. I mean, I didn't really struggle on normal. It's just like, so I played for the first time and there were lots of stuff I didn't know about the game, and I got most of the time one shot because I walked into ice traps from enemy mages. Yeah, so I have technically no idea about this game. I know some monster. I can deduct from me playing Origins a bit, so what other enemy types there could be, other challenges, or what challenges there could be. But you should probably, for seasoned players looking for a significant challenge in combat, so you shouldn't play on a higher difficulty if you play this game for the first time. Probably. I mean, everyone can do what they want. I can't. However, what's interesting is custom. So here in custom settings, you can do some interesting stuff. For example, you can enable friendly fire. So friendly fire, it doesn't really give you any benefit. I don't think friendly fire also applies to enemies. So it just makes the game a bit harder, and you have to be more careful about how you position yourself on the battlefield and how you use your skills. So, and then we have trials. So every trial makes the game a bit harder by removing a mechanic, but in exchange you have the chance to get some good items. Also, there's a warning: in rare cases, trials may cause enemies or followers to behave unpredictably. So you're supposed to have multiple save files. Okay, so this even ground is actually very interesting. Enemies always scale to be at least the same level as the Inquisitor. So this is actually something I like, and it significantly increases the chance of receiving special shipment rewards in your stronghold. So this is what they give. So they increase the chance for shipment rewards. This does every trial. So this is usually one I would enable by default, because it makes the game more balanced. But I don't think I want to do that now. Because one thing I like about RPGs is that you can overlevel yourself and then stomp through areas because your level is higher than the enemies. So I don't want to enable any of this for my first playthrough, but just wanted to show that I'm just going through them and say which one I would enable by default. Because this is technically something that doesn't bother me. So yeah, enemies scale with my level, that doesn't bother me. I actually like that. They have traits and abilities in combat. New trait. The enemies of the okay, so it just straight up makes the enemies stronger. Probably not on a first playthrough, maybe on a second or third playthrough. You lose all focus if you rest or travel to a camp. I actually don't know what focus is. No, I have no idea what focus is. All healing potions heal only one half. this is one I would enable by default if I know that I can have a healer in the beginning. I haven't seen a healing skill yet, only a shield skill, so... But otherwise I would enable this one by default. Also, so I'm not sure, there are multiple healing potions, but I think this only counts for the base healing potion you automatically have. Travel Light, this is also for healing potions, for the default healing potions. All supply cages are removed from the game. So there are supply cages, and I assume if you auto travel, they also get automatically restocked. The default potion, so I think this will just remove the auto replenishment of the base healing potion. So take it slow. Yeah, you gain XP at half the normal rate, and I don't like this at all. That's just stupid. It's technically just doubles the time you have to invest to that game, because yeah, your experience points are halved. So areas are leveled, which mean you have to spend more time in a specific area to increase your level so that you can go into the next area. This is just straight up stupid. Fair were not friends. So this doubles the negative approval for your followers. Also, I think this is just stupid. I remember in Origin, your follower could actually leave you if they hate you. Otherwise, I don't know what benefits you have if you have a high approval. I remember in Origin there was a DLC related to that. You needed a high approval with the witch, I think, for that DLC to activate. I don't remember. So you thought beers were tough. Think again. This probably just makes beers beer. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce the basic animal. Yeah, I think they just make it stronger. Alright, so just shout that. So I'm going for normal. Okay, so those are our traits. I don't know what this is. There's always a fort card. I don't know why the fort card is there. But the card is different based on which race you have. So, as the youngest child of the Trevelyan noble house, you grew up in the Free Marcher. Free Marcher, not Free Marchers. Okay. Free Marcher city of... What's a Marcher? I don't know. So, you grew up in the Free Marcher city of Ostwick and have enjoyed a life of privilege. With close family ties to the Chantry and many relatives among the priesthood and the Templars, you were always expected to follow a similar path in service of the Maker. Regardless of how you feel about the matter personally, willingly or unwillingly, you were sent to the Chantry's conclave to assist relatives who sought to make peace between the Templars and Mages. It didn't go well. Okay. World state import. Do you want to import a custom world state from the Dragon Age? I actually don't know what it does, and I don't want to test it out yet. I probably would test it out in a second playthrough, but not yet. Okay, so this is our loading screen. Loading screens are very long in this game, even though I actually have a new PC, a high-end PC. Yeah, so those are just the tip cards. Here, some warrior ability generate guard on themselves or on their allies. Characters with guard will lose it before they have. So warriors can create some sort of shield. Oh, this was pretty fast, okay. Oh no. So yeah, now we have black screen. For some reason, the first half are those tip cuts, and then the second half you just have a black screen. Yes, this is nice. I like black screen loading screens. Okay, here we start. Here we go. It's kind of interesting. So you see the first cutscene, and after the first cutscene, you can actually change your character's look, which is kind of weird, but okay. No, stop, no, I want to customize. So, general face shape, I probably don't care about the face shape. Yeah, I'll just take the first one. Skin tone, of course, as close to my actual skin tone. Complexion. I will take this one, this looks good. Eye color, so I have of course shiny green eyes. Can you please look into the camera, thank you. Okay, we will use this one. So, hair. What hairstyles do we have? So nothing really interesting, I will just go with this one. Yeah, I like this one. Hair color, of course we go white. I have to change facial here. Okay. Voice.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
You leave me no choice.
I think I like the first one.
I just hope I can help.
Okay, head and ears. Probably not really something I want to change. This is like for people who actually know what they are doing when they create characters and not just try to make a default character like me. Scars and tattoos, makeup, yeah, so this is all stuff. So scars and tattoos and makeup, I don't care about this. I don't like stuff like this. I like my face as clean as possible. And this is just stuff for people who actually know what they're doing. Which is not me. So, my name, of course, my name is Kitsu. Oh no, spiders! They're kinda cute though. If you look away from their eye displacement, they are actually cute. Yes, loading screens. I like them.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
Okay. So... choices do matter. Usually I would pick the choice which give me the best approval. And this is how I usually would play the game. However, since this is a let's play, I just or a slow play, I just answer how I would answer in reality. And in this case, I would remain silent, although I'm just although I'm right now talking.
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need him, Cassandra.
Hey, some dialogues give you the opportunity to respond emotionally to situations. When these opportunities appear, special icons will highlight the emotion tied to response. Yes, so we can be sad, we can be angry, we can be... I assume that's philosophical, and we can be tough. So, yeah, I'm confused because I have no idea what's going on.
I don't understand.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me. But then... yeah.
Go to the Ford Camp, Leliana. I will take him to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
It's beautiful.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that.
This one did. Unless we act, the Breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the Breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
Okay, so we have options on this side are usually options that will forward the dialogue, and options on this side are usually optional options. Optional options, yes. So, let's do the optional options. How could it stop this?
You said maybe the key. To doing what?
Closing the Breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
Okay, so yes, if I can help, I will. Yes, I will definitely help. To be honest, if I'm a prisoner right now, I have no other choice. So I could say do I have a choice? But I don't need to question this. I will just okay, yeah, sure, let's do this.
I understand.
Then
I'll do what I can, whatever it takes.
And Cassandra likes that.
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
Alright, so... yeah, there's a lot. So we can strafe. I don't really like strafing. I will just move this, although it might induce sickness.
Open the gate! We are heading into the valley.
So the most important button is the V button, because that allows you to scan the surrounding areas and detect collectibles. Yes, this is called searching. Searching reveals where the loot codex and these crafting nodes. So map with M. Yeah, so I accidentally made a marker. The marker is actually great in this game, because if you touch the marker, like if I place the marker here, so you can, there's okay. Help me up, please, I've fallen and I can't get up.
The pulses are coming faster now.
Okay, so what I like about this marker,
The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
okay, so what I like about this marker is when I touch it, it automatically disappears, which is useful.
Stay behind me!
Yes, yes. Alright, basic attack is either R or the left mouse button. So it's just this. Then there's some skills, like this one. And I also have the taunt. The taunt gives me some guard, which is the second health bar. Special ability of the warrior.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Okay, yeah, so I can either do as she says, I can try to convince her, or I can forcefully say that I need this weapon. This one is what she will like, but I don't like it. I would normally try to convince them, but this is what she doesn't like. And I mean, so technically those two are the same, because in both routes you will say that you need this weapon because you were attacked. So yeah, so I said I would technically take this what I would say, but I really don't want to decrease the approval willingly, so I will choose this one, even though I would usually take this one.
A demon attacked me. What was I supposed to do?
You don't need to fight.
Are you saying it won't happen again?
You're right. I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless. I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
Okay, so let's
Take
scan
these
the area.
potions. Maker knows what we will face.
Okay, so we got the basic
Where are all your
potions.
soldiers?
At the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
So this sound indicates that there is something, but it's over there. There's some money, so I can't get it. And I don't think down here is anything else. The enemies didn't drop anything. Okay, but you have something. You have a helmet. Yes, a Templar helmet. So with I, we can open our inventory and then we can equip some stuff. Why do I have a second mercenary coat? Where does this come from? I don't know. Anyway, it has 1 point more defense, so I have disabled helmet because they kinda look stupid. Alright. So yeah, there isn't much to say yet. Put it in inventory. It's just an inventory. So just regular spamming B to find items. So we found something. I think it's money over here. Abilities. Abilities consume mana and stamina for powerful combat effects. It should say either mana or stamina, because for mages it's mana. For me it's stamina. Yeah, and they have a
There!
cooldown.
Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
Yes, just taunt them to get guard. So, I haven't figured out how exactly flanking works. I assume it's just, so I assume it's just when two characters attack with the same enemy that this counts as flanking. I would assume that's how usually flanking works in video games. But I'm not sure about it. Of course, there are some bonies if you flank enemies. So, we just found elf root, our first herb. Okay. So I will go up here because there's a ranged enemy.
Up on the hill! It attacks from a distance!
Yes. So this enemy, so this is a shield what he just casted. So this enemy casts a shield if you go in melee range. So fighting them from range is actually the better option. But I don't have a ranged member yet. I will just look for stuff around here. I know there isn't really much interesting, or at least I know where the interesting stuff is. But it still gives me some some stuff I need anyway, like elf wood and iron ore and money. I need this stuff anyway, so I can get it now. Of course, it's called a slow play, not a let's play. So I don't know, can I go up there? I'm not really sure where you can go and where not.
They're falling from the breach!
Oh. Yes, they are falling from the breach. They're falling. Oh, here's nothing. Hello? Okay, taunt them to get guard. Then attack them.
Goodbye!
I actually like this game, but I really don't like the combat system. It just feels so weird. Okay, so if I scan, I can look at the minimap down here. to figure out where I scanned stuff. Also where the items are that I just found while scanning, which is useful. So if I hear the sound, it indicates that I found something, but I don't see it, I can go, I can look at the map to find where it is on the mini-map. I accidentally clicked on pause. So also what I don't like is that you kinda move slow, and if you draw your weapon, your movement speed is even more reduced. There are some movement abilities, but they are not really useful outside combat. And no, I don't think there's a sprint button or anything so that I could sprint. Alright.
We're getting close to the rift. You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
Okay, so... No, this is not the bridge. This is not the bridge. Okay, they are fighting.
Quickly! Before more come through! What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
I did that? No, of course, yeah, so I'm a smart one, so I say you mean the mark.
You mean this? Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass-deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
Okay, so this is an optional option.
Are you with the Chantry or...
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
So, you have a nice crossbow there.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Ah, isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well-versed in such matters.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
Okay, so for people who don't know this game or the lore behind Dragon Age, if at this point it's still possible that people exist that never heard of this game, So mages are divided into circle mage and apostates. The reason behind this is that mages are very powerful and they so mages are powerful and they have connections to demons. And technically it's possible that a demon can overtake a mage. So in the lore what they did is that the circle mage, so all mages have a phylacterum, their power source outside of their body, and if this power source gets destroyed, they either die or lose all their power. I don't remember what exactly was it in this game, in this series. So circle mages are those mages who are under control of the Templar, which the Templar are in the positions of their phylacterums, so the mages have to obey everything what the Templars say. And of course it's a measurement to make sure that if a mage becomes rogue or is controlled by a demon, that they can easily dispose of them. And so a rogue mage in this case is an apostate, a mage who defies, so a mage who technically wants freedom for themselves, the mages want freedom for themselves and don't want to obey everything what the Templar says. And so later on, after the prologue, we will learn more about the apostates and the Templars, and there's actually currently a war between those two. Just some short insight about apostates and circle mages, about how mages work in this universe. And this is actually something that bugged me in Dragon Age Origin, because so in this game, something which I like about this game is that it doesn't matter which class you pick or which character you pick, you always have the same start. And it actually bothered me in Origin because depending on what character you played and what class you have, you had up to 4 different starting points. If you were a dwarf, you had the dwarven starting point. If you were a human, so if you were a human warrior or rook, you had the human aristocrat starting point. If you were the elf, you had the Dalish starting point, I think it was. And if you were a mage, either if you were a human mage or an elf mage, you would have the mage starting point. And so depending on what starting point you had, you could have, so it changes how the story progresses. And there's actually a lot of stuff you can get if you start as a mage, just because how the mage work in this game. And so if you pick any, I don't know if it's also true for the other classes, so but if you pick the mage, you had actually extra story. No, not extra story, but you had extra gameplay you wouldn't have if you played another class. And this is something I didn't like about Dragon Age Origin, and I'm probably now ranting way too long in this dialogue, but yeah, so I like this game, you have the same starting point. Although, I think it still matters what your class is and what your race is, and it gives you other options, but I don't think they're so impactful like in Origin. Okay, anyway, so what did he say? I will do what I can.
If I can close the breach, I will.
Cassandra, you should know. The magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
That was way too long rambling.
Bianca's excited.
Okay. Yes.
This
Anyway.
way, down the bank. The
No.
road ahead is blocked.
Oh, barbarian.
We must
battle.
move quickly.
I will probably stay with the great sword. I don't want to use the great maul or a great axe, even though it might be better just for style points. Although I actually should use the battle axe. No. So I also like battle axes. To be honest, I don't know why I just said that I only would use great swords. I actually like all of them, all great weapons. I really don't know why I just said that. Wow, I have a split personality. You have to forgive me. Anyway. Do you know the moment if you're talking and you're not listening to what you say? I have those moments a lot.
Demons ahead.
Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
Okay. Anyway. There's iron. Okay, let's battle. So, yes, so now we are getting introduced to the tactical camera, which is, which is probably the way how the game is supposed to be played if you want to have more, so if you want a more strategy-like combat system. But I actually, so what I could do is like, I could say, so you are going for this, then I go to you, you you will go over there, attack this one, then you, okay, so you will use this on this, so this one dies, and we have this one, barrier, so you will just cast the barrier. Oh, wait, the barrier works like this. Okay, no, you will just freeze this one. So, and yeah, this is how it works, and now I can unpause the game and everything does what I say. So this one is frozen, but go on, yeah, now everything just fight on their own. I find it kind of weird how the camera works in this one. Yeah, and they will auto-fight, so it's actually interesting if you want a more strategic approach to the game.
Make it take you!
But I like the action one more. Okay, so there's loot, and over here is also loot, and there we have to go to get further into the world. So we can go in here, loot something, but we have to be careful about the flames because we can get burned. Okay, there's some more loot. Alright. Okay, if we go over here, we will find some extra loot and some more demons. So it's a nice little secret. And we find some elf wood. Elf root. I mean, it's probably elf root and not elf what. Elf what would mean something different. Okay, so wait, so wait, what's this? Yeah. Okay, so this is actually interesting because here we don't see how much HP they have, but in tactical mode we can see how much HP they have in it, which is interesting. And yeah, so just something. It would be nice if this would also be in controlled mode, but unfortunately it isn't. Of course, it's important for some classes to attack the enemy with the lowest HP. Like the boost should always attack the enemy with the lowest HP just to kill him as quickly as possible to weaken the enemy formation. This is why it might be important to see how much HP they have. So Okay, so we got the Life Rod amulet, which is a bit interesting. It's not that useful. What it does is it prevents you from dying one time and heal yourself with
So, I
50
take it
HP.
you're from the Free Marches. Oh? Accent. I'm from Kirkwall, but you're from, further east, maybe?
This is a bit strange, very perceptive.
That's quite the ear you have.
I'm all kinds of impressive.
No, anyway. Yeah, so the amulet revives you when you die and then breaks and it works you with 50 HP. It's not bad to good.
Hold on. We haven't much further.
Yeah, I don't really know why this even exists. Reviving is actually kind of easy. So in Origin, in Origin you needed a revive spell to revive someone in combat. And if you, but they're also naturally revived outside of combat. But if they revived, they would have a random injury which weakens them. This is not in this game as far as I know, so if I die, I can, first I don't need a revive spell, I can just revive party member for free, if you have the time for it. And...
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
yeah, so there are no consequences for dying in this game as far as I know. Reviving mid-battle is kinda easy. Alright, we will go for the enemy with the lowest HP first.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
Alright, the prologue. I think we are halfway to the prologue. Just a bit more. Okay, there's the next rift.
Another rift!
We must seal it!
So
Quickly!
the tutorial told us. Oh,
Help us!
okay, never mind. So damn it! So the tutorial wanted to tell us that we can disrupt a rift like this if we don't get hit, and it would stop it. Okay, I'm not doing that. I just get disrupted.
Hurry! Use the lock!
So we can disrupt the rift while there are enemies around to stagger and damage all enemies around it. Yay, and I'm a level up.
The rift is gone. Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
We are clear for the moment.
So let's look at our abilities. Yes. So this is interesting if we don't control them. Those are our attributes. So we have like the main attribute strength, dexterity and magic. And then we have cunning, willpower and constitution. Yeah. So each point increases attack and guard damage bonus. I don't know what guard damage bonus is. But it's so... No, okay, I have no idea. Anyway, so dexterity, yeah, attack for rooks and critical damage, and magic is attack. Area damage bonus. I would assume that guard damage bonus. So it's kind of weird, but it seems like strength increases your damage against other warriors. Yeah, because guard damage. Yeah, guard is the armor that the warrior can become, and barrier damage. Barrier is the spell Soulless hat, which gives you also another armor. So it's kind of weird. Which technically means that dexterity is by default the best stat. Unless, of course, you cannot crit as a mage or as a warrior, which I don't think. Okay, cunning, increased critical chance. Okay, so everyone can crit, and range defense. So cunning is technically the best stat for an archer. Probably. I would assume. Willpower increases your damage, all classes, and magic defense. The character here, each point increases health and melee defense. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, so you can mix those stats up the way you want, probably. Depending on what subclass you want to play or what your playstyle is. Okay, and here are some extra stats. Okay, anyway, so we want to look at abilities. So, yes. Okay, so this is weapon, sword and shield. Yeah, requires a shield, Okay, so those abilities are not usable by me. And we have the 200 weapons. Block and slash. You stand ready to deflect the next incoming attack and deliver a punishing counter to your attackers. So we have a counter attack. Okay, so this counter attack is different from the parry the rook has. The rook can go into parry stance for a short amount of time and then parries an attack, and we actually can stay as long as we want in that stance, the block stance, and wait until the enemy attacks us to counter him. Shieldbreaker. Your critical hits crack armor and rend shields, sundering your enemy's armor for a short time. Okay, it reduces the armor enemies have. Okay, we also have sub-abilities that makes our main ability stronger, like easy target, it costs less stamina and increased. So Mighty Blow costs less stamina and deals increased damage against targets that have been knocked down. And stay down. Enemies knocked down by Mighty Blow are slower to get back to their feet. Okay, so there are a lot of abilities. I will probably go through them. Yeah, then we have this and this. This is the Battle Master, which I think is a really good one. Like, grappling chain is a good one. I will take this one definitely. This is good if you want to defeat ranged enemies like those dwarves. I normally have to walk to them, but with this one I can hook them to me. And this is Vanguard. Yeah, so this one is more for tanks. I don't think I will go into this one. Yeah, this is just straight up for tanks. Unfortunately, I have this one, War Cry. I don't really want to use it, but it's actually useful because it gives me guard. Okay, anyway, critical strike, critical hits, crack armor. And rend shield. Or block and slash. Flow of battle. Pummel strike. Whirlwind. I'm not a fan of Whirlwind. It doesn't seem that good, that useful. I mean, there is a way to sustain it, but I just don't know how, so I will usually only do 2 strikes. So it does 140 damage, percent damage to all enemies around me, so it's not that bad. But I'm not really a fan of it. So I have no idea how this ability works. That's the problem. But I will probably want this one. So I have to do both parts. I will take this one. Because it's a passive. Alright, so now we can... I didn't want to do that. So... I want them there, and I want to switch those two. I think I want this one on the first one. Alright. This took too long. Also, we can auto level. But I will go auto level for everyone else. But for myself, I want
well done.
Skills I have.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Okay, so yeah, here's the supply cage. Refills potion and supply cage, but only the base potions.
It is our only chance.
Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Valroyo to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
So, so no one's in charge here.
So none of you are actually in charge here.
You killed everyone who was in charge! Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark?
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own...
Okay, so charge for the soldiers. Carefully sustained assault. Soldiers will stand with you to ensure arrival. Scouts in the pass may be lost. Fast but indirect. Soldiers will act as distraction elsewhere. The problem will be addressed sooner, but there may be casualties. So if I remember correctly, this one takes actually longer. This one takes actually longer, although it says it's faster. And so I think this is the better option. It gives you more stuff. So based on what it says, like soldiers will stand with you to ensure arrival, scouts in the pass may be lost. So it's either sacrificing the scouts or sacrificing the soldiers. I don't remember this one. So I will. Okay, so this one, Cassandra will like this one, and she will hate this one. but I think so later I will choose this one. Okay.
Use the mountain path. Work together.
Barbecue
You all know
pizza
what's
lot.
at stake.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley.
Hard
Everyone.
decision.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
Alright, we have to climb a lot. A lot of ladders.
The tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond it.
What manner of tunnel is this? A mine?
Part of an old mining complex. These mountains are full of such paths.
And your missing soldiers are in there somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
We shall see soon enough.
And there are enemies. Oh. Let's get over here. I missed. I haven't missed this skill before, so I am actually confused. I didn't know this skill can miss. Okay. Anyway. Oh. There's something. Loot. Yeah, so you get more loot if you go this way. So it's just the overall better option. But you don't know that this is the better option unless you take both options. Money. All right. Get over here. Huh? Wait, I cannot hook them? Can't I? Can I not hook them? I'm confused. Can I not hook them? Because they're ghosts? I mean, okay, I can hook this one. I just assume I cannot hook ghosts because... I cannot hook dwarves because they're ghosts. Interesting. I didn't know that. Anyway, there will be other enemies later on I can hook.
Guess we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to the man with the glowing hand.
Lieutenant, you're alive.
Just barely.
Okay, let's swap the Swift. So, stuns should... yeah, they have been staggered.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. He insisted we come this way.
The prisoner? Then you...
It was worth saving you, if we could.
Then you have my sincere gratitude.
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment. Go, while you still can.
At once. Quickly, let's move!
The path ahead appears to be clear of demons as well.
Let's hurry before that changes.
Alright. Loot.
Down the ladder. That's the way to the temple.
Okay, we are about to finish the flow. Good luck. All that's missing is one final boss fight.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
No, I didn't want to do that.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
Okay, that's all what here. But nothing, no other items, I think. It's a big rift.
Breach is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Leliana, have your men take up positions around the temple.
I want Liliana in the group.
This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure, let's do this.
I'll try, but I don't know if I can reach that, much less close it.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
I want Liliana in my group.
Now
Liliana's
is the
group.
hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
I don't think there are any items here. I'll just scan.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Okay.
Keep the sacrifice still.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run while you can! Warn them!
We have an intruder. Kill him now.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
All right. It's quite okay, so
We must strip its defenses.
Yes.
Wear it down.
we have to strip its defenses, and the best way to do this is to swap the whip. This will stagger him and do
The
some
demon is
damage.
vulnerable. Now!
He probably can one-shot me if I'm not careful. I got one-shot a lot by my first try on this one. I think this attack can one-shot me.
More coming through the rift.
Okay. So I have to stop again. Oh no, I'm getting attacked. Stop attacking me! Anyone, do something! I need to... Okay, I have to cross the shoulder. Yeah, they're attacking me, I have to kill them. Oh no, no. Okay, so now I can just swap. And he gets staggered. I don't see anything. It's interesting that Liana is an archer in this game. What is he doing? Okay, so enemies have spawned. They are focusing me. Okay, and just swapped again and it's not enough. Okay, the rift is ready. I'm not waiting until he has armor. I will just do this. This probably should kill him. Yes.
Now! Seal the rift! Do it!
it! Alright, game's over. We did it. We saved the world. Or not. Loading screen. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
Oh! I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Why are you afraid?
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach
there's a
stopped
raven.
growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
And the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
So, yeah, so this was a take back to the fact that that elves in this universe are enslaved. I never noticed that we have a pet raven. That's cute. Can I zoom in? No, I don't think so. Okay, so this is the Shipment Crate. We will get items from time to time. So I've just got a lot of loot. Maul of the Dragon. Nope. I will use the Great Sword. So this is just some... Wait, oh no, it's not. So this is just some... I think this is probably DLC gear from a DLC that makes starting this game a bit easier. Like, yeah, the weapon is compared to what I would have otherwise completely overpowered. Yeah, and some stuff, so I can't use this stuff. I can use the shield, but I don't want to. Okay, anyway, so armor. So fire was coolest for level 6. Scout hat gives me the dexterity, so I don't need it. Light armor. Then we have medium armor. So we have 2 types of medium armor, but I of course want to go for heavy armor. I don't understand why this is heavy armor. I don't think I want to wear this. I mean, on a female character this probably looks good, but I don't want to wear it on a male character. Yeah, no, so I had a female character before this and it actually really looks well on the female character, but here, this one, wait, this one too. But this also looks great on a male character. Yeah, but no. It has a lot less, but I like this. I like this, the shoulder plates. This armor just looks like it's made out of plastic. I will go for this one. Okay. Anyway. So, there's a ladder. Yes, let's read it. Patient observations. Wayne hopes someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy, shallow wedding, pulse over fast, not responsive, pupils dilated. Mage says his scaring mark is throbbing with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. Yeah, so this is a note from the person who tended to us. We will meet him later. But, so, let's go out of here. And yeah, so everyone is standing, saluting to us. And
That's him. That's the Herald of Unjustice.
so, okay, so there's something to read too. I will read that in the next episode. I just want to
That's
finish
him.
this episode
He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard he was supposed to close it.
by going over here. And then I will, the last dialogue.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
Have you gone completely mad? He should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe he is guilty.
The prisoner failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, he intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Hello?
Chain him! I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone Most Holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
I don't know what... So, what I would usually choose? I would not choose this one. This is too religious for me. You believe I'm innocent? Are you serious? Angry? What more do you want? Okay, so I'm not the chosen one. I think Cassandra will dislike this one, and she will like this one. Okay, we will go this one.
So you've changed your mind about me.
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now. with you at our side.
No one expects the Inquisition.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay, but you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
Why is this still available? I've chosen this, didn't I?
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together.
We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
Okay, sure, let's help.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
Whatever.
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Loading screen. All right. That's it for this session. Oh wait, there's more. Oh yeah, I forgot there's more. He doesn't like it. Alright, that's it now for this session. Maybe see you in the next session. Until then, bye.